Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a foundation test of this True Match foundation from L'Oreal. This is their reformulated version of it. I picked mine up in the shade in 0.5 Neutral Light. They recently reformulated this and came out with a ton of shades. I feel like it had a bunch of campaigning, which really drew me in. And I've used this a couple of times already, but I wanted to show you guys this product on camera. This says it's a super blendable foundation. I picked mine up on Ulta, but I was able to get like 10 times the points on it, so that's why I picked it up there. So full price, it's $13.99. And like I said, I picked it up at Ulta. This has 47 color options, which I just think is really amazing because a lot of foundations don't have that many options. So I really feel like you'll be able to find your perfect shade match in this. This one is pretty good for me, so I think it's a really good option if you have a hard time finding shade matches in a lot of foundations. So this is a vegan foundation and they also use clean ingredients. So some of the benefits that they detail about this foundation is that it's formulated with up to 6 pigments for the most precise match. That's what a lot of their marketing has shown, is all the different colors of pigments mixing together to create the perfect foundation color. It also says that it locks in moisture and provides medium coverage with a natural finish that adapts to any skin color and texture. It's super blendable. It's like you can't tell where your foundation ends and your skin begins, which is always a good thing. It says it's available in various skin-like shades to go beyond matching your skin tone and match your skin cool, neutral, or warm undertone. It includes a pump, which is huge because the most recent L'Oreal foundation that I tried has a little squeezy dropper, and it's just not ideal. It's very messy, so I love that it has a pump. It says that 99% of women found their true match, and this was in a consumer test of 312 women. It says it's formulated without alcohol, fragrance, or animal-derived ingredients. So I'm personally really glad that it doesn't have any added fragrance into it. I have not noticed any fragrance in the foundation, so that's good. So I've actually already had my makeup on all day today, and then I washed it off because I've already been through a whole day of work. So I got back and took all my makeup off. I did actually wear this today, and I've worn it about 2 or 3 other times. So this isn't a first impressions review for me, but I also haven't used it enough to know it perfectly either. So it's a pretty good kind of first impression with a little bit of background on the foundation kind of review for you guys. So hopefully you will enjoy seeing this applied to my skin. So here is a good look at my skin before. I don't have any product on, and it's also going to be a little bit more red than typical because I just washed all my makeup off and my skin is pretty sensitive just to that motion of washing my makeup off. My skin will be a little bit more red than normal, so hopefully it will cover up a little bit more of my redness. So let's go ahead and apply this foundation. So I do have a brush and a sponge, so I'm going to do half and half so you guys can see the difference. I'm going to try the foundation with a brush on the left side of my face and then with a sponge on the right side. So I'm just going to start by pumping a little bit of it. It's not a full pump, and I'm going to kind of spread this out on the cheek area. This is a pretty lightweight formula. It's not very creamy. It's a more water-based formula in my opinion, which makes it feel very, very lightweight. So this is about half of a pump, and I want to start by blending this out with a brush. So I would say this blended out pretty nicely with a brush. I feel like half of a pump was actually pretty nice. I might would add a little bit more coverage right here in the reddest part of my face, but I'm gonna go ahead and apply everything with the sponge. But here, so that you guys can see a before and after with and without any product on. So I definitely think that the medium coverage claim is realistic. It's definitely not full coverage. I did try to build it up today and I felt like it looked pretty heavy on the skin, so I don't feel like it's a super buildable coverage formula. I know sometimes you can really build up a product to be more full coverage, but I didn't feel like that with this one. So I'm gonna take another kind of half pump of product onto the right side of my face. And then I'm going to blend that out with a damp sponge. This one is the Shot Masse sponge. It's the Paw Paw Beauty Blender sponge. So in the realm of satin finishes for foundation, I would say that this one is more of a satin matte finish. I don't think it's fully matte, but I do feel like it does lean a little bit mattifying on that satin realm. It's definitely not really dewy in my opinion, but it does add a nice kind of sheen on the high points of the face, which I think is where that satin part comes to play, but I would not consider it to be dewy at all. So here is the brush side in comparison with the sponge side. I do feel like there's more redness peeking through on this side where I use the sponge, so I definitely can see how this has less coverage, but overall I think both sides look pretty nice. Surprisingly enough, I feel like the side that I used with the sponge is actually more matte looking than the other side. So I don't know, that's a little bit interesting. I would have thought it would have been the other way around. So I'm gonna take another half pump of the product and I'm actually just gonna spread this between the two sides so that I can see if I can build up the coverage and kind of show you guys what it looks like when you build it up a little bit more. But I am gonna stick to the brush on this side and try and kind of like stipple it in a little bit. Yeah, this is looking like it did earlier today when I tried to build it up. I just don't really love it built up. Let me try with the sponge. Yeah, I hope you guys can tell on camera, but I just feel like it looks kind of heavy right in the area where I built up the product, especially on this side actually, on the brush side, but either side honestly. I just feel like it looks a little bit heavy in those areas in person. It's not terrible. I did also notice that this clung to a bit of where I tend to have dry patches on my skin throughout the day today, and I wasn't in love with that. So as this wore on my skin, it looked more dry than a lot of my other favorite, even affordable foundations. So I don't know that this one, as of now, is a favorite, but because this is not typically how I finish out a makeup look, I'm gonna go ahead and do like a very minimal makeup look and show you guys how it looks completed, because I do feel like sometimes the foundation is just the foundation of the look, and so when you add on concealer and cheek products, it can make it almost look a little bit different. So I'm gonna go ahead and do kind of a subtle makeup look so that you guys can see what the look would turn out like. And then what I'm gonna do is tomorrow I'm going to wear this again, and I'll try and give you guys a early morning check-in and then an evening check-in, so I can show you guys what a day of wear looks like with it, because it's already nighttime right now when I'm filming this, so I won't be able to show you guys that, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow so I can give you guys a really accurate check-in so you can see how it wears on the skin. But let me go ahead and finish up my makeup look real quick. Okay, so here's that finished makeup look. I ended up doing a little bit more of a fun eyeshadow look. I ended up deciding to film a 2-Looks-1 palette video with the Sydney Grace Unbreakable Bond palette. That video will be up after this one, so if you want to see that, I will post it soon, so keep an eye out on my channel. But this is how the foundation is looking with all of my makeup on. I do feel like it looks better now that I have my cheek products on and everything, but I so far don't think that this is going to be a favorite foundation of mine. I just feel like it's not the texture that I tend to prefer. Like I said, it's a little bit more of a watery texture, but I do feel like I tend to prefer a more creamy foundation formula, so I'm not really sure, but I think that this one is okay. I just don't know that it's my favorite, and maybe you'd like it better if you have oily skin or some different type of skin texture. So if this is your favorite, let us know in the comments what your skin texture is and your preferences, because I don't know, I just feel like right now I'm kind of so-so about it, so I don't know. But I will show you guys tomorrow how it looks after a full day of wear. Okay, it's the next day, and this is what the makeup looks like with the foundation on. I did put it on top of a primer today because I just like the way that it looks better on top of the primer, but it also helps it to be more hydrating, so hopefully it won't cling to those dry patches like it did yesterday. So I will check in with you guys later today, but right now it's about 6:45 in the morning and this is how we're looking. So I will check in with you guys at the end of today. It's the end of the day. I've now had my makeup on for about 11 hours and I wanted to show you guys what it looks like now that it's had a full day of wear. The main thing I'm noticing is how much redness is peeking through, basically all of it on this side. So it really did break down a good bit. It's also peeking through on this side. Yesterday I noticed it clinging to dry patches a lot more, but today it's just not even there to cling to them. So I don't know if that's better. I feel like this whole area is just like completely gone. This side really is too. There's a little bit more right here, but this whole area here, it's completely off of my face. The chin is rubbed off a lot too. Usually I would say that my foundation does wear a little bit better than this. So I just don't know. Right now it's just not my favorite, even out of the ones I've tried recently, but I did want to give you guys kind of an overview on how it wore after 11 hours. So you guys can let me know what you think down below, but I would say right now if I had to rate it, I would just kind of say it was like okay. I wouldn't give it really like a good or a great rating. I would just say that it's okay. So I don't know. I'm not obsessed with it by any means, and I think out of the ones I've tried recently, this has been my least favorite. So it's a little bit of a bummer, but you can't love them all. So anyways, that's gonna be it for this foundation review. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please go ahead and give today's video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.